Alrighty, thank you very much for staying here with us on Pulse Sports. So we will be doing some tennis development here on this edition. Now, the second edition of the girls tennis camp training program is slated for August 19 to 31. Now, this is to encourage more girls to play tennis from Ghana. Now, the team sat back and realized that there is a big load of talent across the country when it comes to tennis. And one of the big untapped areas is that aspect of the sport where many other countries are making major inroads and major gains. So here with me in the studio is Filipina Frimpong. She's Secretary General of the Ghana Tennis Federation and also coordinator of the girls tennis camp. She'll be telling us all about it. Thank you very much, Filipina. It's been a while. Good to see you here.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about the second edition of the tennis camp. Of course, we can't go into this without talking about the first attempt and how it went and how it was received.
Our first outing was very well received. We had well over 100 girls. In fact, it got to a point we had to turn some away. We had girls coming from the regions, all the 10 regions, and then girls from Greater Accra. We realized that the Greater Accra girls were outnumbering the girls from the regions, so we had to send some of them away. But it was well received, and what made it even more exciting was the knowledge enrichment section, where we went to various places to go and meet women who have already excelled and are sort of ruling their roost to motivate these young ladies, to let them know that there is life out there, and then if you are determined to become something, you can become something. So we went to the Supreme Court. We met 2 Supreme Court judges. We went to the police headquarters. We met a very high-ranking female police officer who also happened to be a hockey player in her heydays, and she took the children through how she rose and how she joined the police to be in the position she was in. We went to Parliament to go and meet some of the women there, and I realized that the girls were very excited, and some of them asked very, very interesting, pertinent questions that even I had not thought of, and I realized there was a hunger out there for the tennis training and also development of themselves. We had women like Bridget Jubenuku come and talk to them about personal hygiene. We met with your very own Doreen Ando. She talked to them about working in the media space and what she went through to get to where she was, and it was really, really exciting. And since then, because of international assignments, we haven't been able to do it, but the clamoring for it has become very loud. So we've decided that this year we'll bring it back.
Filipina, let's talk about the technical strength that the program has to, undertake this kind of program. How well beefed up are you in terms of those who are giving these the young girls the technical rudiments of the sport?
We are fortunate, very, very fortunate. We have a lot of good coaches in Ghana. We have a lot of certified coaches in Ghana. In fact, the level 1 coaches are more than 100 now because we do periodic training. And then we have a lot of level 2 coaches, and thankfully Noah Bagebase has gone for a level 3 coaching program in Spain and returned. So he is the coordinator of the coaching aspect, and he's very ready, he's very experienced. We all know what Noah has done in Ghana. And then there's Coach Henry Kwanzaa, who went to Congo to win doubles gold for us. And then we have the younger coaches, Yaya, Macaulay, Agassi. They are all there. There's, what's his name? Benjamin Ama, he's also there. So we have a lot of coaches, and then we have some female coaches. Unfortunately, we don't have that many of those, and it's something that we want to take a critical look at. We have referee Coach Doruna and the other lady, her name escapes me, but they are doing, we've entered into some sort of partnership, and every Saturday they take girls through the techniques of playing tennis. So at least the girls in the Greater Accra region are benefiting. The coaches in the other regions are also doing their best. We bring them down periodically for upgrades. So we have technical coaches who are very ready to bring this to bear.
All right. Now, what's the mode of entry for this year's, for this year's event?
We're asking the regional tennis associations to send us 2 girls in these age categories, 16, 14, and 12. So 2 girls in each category. So they'll bring us 6 girls each. And we want the best they have in the region so that we can develop them more. So all regions are bringing us this number. And then we're going to allow the Greater Accra, at least the stadium coaches who have been grooming girls for a while now, to bring their girls in. So hopefully 100 girls.
Wow, interesting. Yeah. And what are the age ranges of these?
Between the ages of 10 to 16.
Wow, interesting stuff. Now, you have been there, in the center of all of this for the last at least 5 years at the Ghana Tennis Federation. How much hope do we have in terms of how we can churn out world beaters, players who can start venturing into the WTA, making major inroads and representing us at major events? When do we get there? Based on what you've seen with this program. Yeah.
The focus has often been on the boys. But it's a very difficult route for an African, apart from Kevin Anderson, who has sort of paved a way for us. It's very difficult for the boys to make it into the top than it is for the girls. And so when I realized that, I decided to push for that. And we have girls like Na Shika Macaulay, we have girls like Na Anyama Macaulay, we have Yaira Macaulay. These 3 girls have shown something. And then there's Tracy Daku in Takwa, who is also very excellent. And the other girls out there who have been in and around, but haven't been given the opportunity to show themselves on a larger scale. So this time we have decided that we're going to shift our focus from the boys and focus on the girls. And I know that with the new system that the ITF is bringing in, they want to bring in this transition tour. They have studied and realized that it's difficult for African players to make it into the WTA and the ATP. So the transition tour will be played on regional basis, or zonal basis, and our zone here will feature the West African countries around us. So we will play, and whoever tops that region gets a wild card entry into the WTA or the ATP. Wow. So if this route is being paid for us, we need to prepare and take advantage of it, and that is my focus now.
Let's quickly talk about, just before we wrap up, the personalities you're targeting for this particular camp to inspire the girls.
Yes, this time we want to branch out and do something different. We want to go to the naval base in Tema for the girls to observe the female sailors. We want to go to Air Force to observe the female pilots.
Wow.
Yes. And then we want to visit the Attorney General. I hear she's a very strong sportswoman.
Yeah, she plays some squash
sure. So we want to target her as well. And we're looking at, in the media landscape, either Doreen or some of the female sports journalists we have in Ghana, because we need to inculcate that into the girls. Let them know that sports journalism is also available. We want them to know that sports coaching or tennis coaching is also available. Then there's the administrative side as well. All of that we need to open up to these girls for them to see and know what they can become.
Thank you very much, Filipina. This is just the first of many discussions we're going to be having on this.
Thank you.
And great job you're doing there as well. So Filipina Frimpong is the Secretary General of the Ghana Tennis Federation and also coordinator of the girls tennis camp. Is happening later this month. We're going to be doing some more on that project. So that's how we wrap it up here on Pulse Sport. Thank you very much for watching. Pulse continues. My name is Nathaniel Atto and I have love for sport.